possible, please make a donation today at radiofreebrooklyn.org.
You guys hearing anything?
I'm hearing it.
I'm hearing it too.
Hey, ha.
I smoked 6 cigarettes yesterday.
I smoked 8.
What's up?
I care about both of you, and I've told you a bunch of times, you gotta quit smoking, okay?
But we love it.
Can't get enough of them cigs.
You both look horrible.
That was rude.
But
I'm
we're
sorry.
mellow.
That was rude.
We don't have anxiety.
Yeah, you're giving me stress. I'm gonna need smoke.
All right,
I'm lighting up.
You
Don't-
like me, I'll like you.
3, 2, 1, light.
You guys, your family's entrusted us to you at this nursing home to take care of you and keep you in good health. And every month when they come to visit, you guys are in worse and worse shape. And as your nurse or orderly, whatever you want to call me,
Friend, you're our friend.
I'm your friend. And so what I want to tell you both is you should not be smoking. There's a lot of things you shouldn't be doing.
I want to tell you something. I've never been thinner, so I think I look great. I don't even.
And my skin has never been more leathery.
Okay.
Judge this beautiful face.
I mean, I'm like George Hamilton's baby.
Judge that. Oh.
Neither of those are necessarily some sort of ways to measure health. You both.
We're not nurses. Then you tell us.
I mean, look
You're
at
the
these
nurse.
toenails. My toenails are so thick. That has got to be from the nicotine.
Look at this toenail. It broke off, and now I just shoved my cigarettes right. I pushed them out.
Oh, that feels good.
Oh, it does.
thank you.
Makes me feel alive.
Closer, but
Well, thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. That feels so good.
Oh,
Ah.
You guys, you shouldn't be giving each other nicotine, breathing in each other, putting cigarettes near each other. You shouldn't have cigarettes. I want you to put them
Then
out.
you failed. This is your job. You failed.
I'm warning you right now, but you both have agency still. I'm not allowed to just to tell you what to do.
That's right,
You
we
are
got
not allowed to smoke in the hallway of this nursing home. So
We're out here trying to make friends.
You know what? You're onto something. I think we should vape.
Oh, no
more
I
cigs
ain't
or
vaping.
No, you're not vaping.
No, I'm not vaping.
Kenneth.
No,
Why,
that's
you're not
new
vaping?
school.
Oh, you
it'd be
old
better,
son of a
honestly.
bitch.
It would be better than the cigarette smoke that you're inhaling because there's all
Oh, you
kinds
want to smell burnt cherry? You try to smell burnt cherry in the hallways?
They also have Winter Fresh.
Winter Fresh. That sounds nice at
You
least.
love Winter Fresh.
Yeah, I like it in my gum. And that's it. No, I want.
Kenneth.
I want
so
a
stuck
camel.
in your
I want a
ways.
camel in my lungs.
There's a.
I think my voice just dropped. Nurse, I got a whole new voice. You're telling me I'm not healthy. I got a brand new voice.
That seems wrong. That
That
seems
seems
like
right.
you've singed your vocal cords.
I never felt better.
So do I.
Oh my word!
I just got this.
Because you're gonna have your throat esophagus removed because of all the smoking you're doing.
I'm ready to lay down some tracks.
Have to. He gets to. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Listen to the beautiful tones. I'm a 33-year-old woman. Listen to my voice. I sound great.
I don't think it was a good idea to put this podcast studio in this nursing home. I think this is so wrong. You guys are now affecting your voices now for the.
Gives us entertainment. This is good.
We're on our way out. We might as well have some fun.
I want you to do a PSA against smoking when you go on your podcast. Okay.
All right.
That's the only way I'll open up the podcast studio.
All right. This is Louis Armstrong. You're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn.
All right.
Oh my
All right. Beautiful. Okay. I just felt the spirit. I wanted to go right into it. Okay. So this is No Suggestion. I'm Ralph Giampiero, host. This week we have two special guests. We have Scott Richey. Am I saying that right?
You are.
And we have Joel Straley. Am I saying that
You
right?
did, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Scott is a new friend. We met probably this year
At the old Young Ethels.
at the old Yethels, Young Ethels. And Joel, we were doing what was the name of that Variety Underground?
Yeah. Parkside Lounge.
Parkside Lounge with neither of these guys have been on the show yet, but Lamar and Sean Taylor. They used to run that show, and Joel and I and my indie team. Joel's your sketch team, I think.
Yeah. And I did characters a couple times.
Yeah, on that show. We did that show, for many years. What years were those? Like 2014, 2015?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you do the loudest comedian there?
I did,
Okay.
yeah.
The loudest comedian?
That's
Yeah, I
Joel's
filmed it a
go-to.
couple times. Yeah.
Oh,
The last one in the 80s.
Oh, I'm trying to get
maybe I've seen that
I
bit.
did the full title.
I'd be wearing a vest and yelling at people. Oh, I have aviators on.
I think
And
I
then
do
like-
remember this.
Yeah.
Scott, you could pull the mic a
Oh, shit,
little
I'm
bit
sorry.
closer. Yeah, get in there. Yeah,
You gotta get closer.
Get
A
close.
little bit closer.
And so yeah, I'm excited to have both of you guys on today. I want to know what's going on in your. Oh, let me explain how this show, what the format of this show is. I haven't explained yet. I've taken to explaining on the air so that if you're a new listener, you'll know, and if you're an old listener, you'll be
Welcome.
reminded.
Welcome.
to No Suggestions. So
Are they able to call in?
I haven't exercised that option. And let me talk about why. Okay. I just feel like there's a sense. Let me become critical and cynical here for a moment. Not cynical, but critical. There's a sense among improvisers that's just like, let's just do whatever, free for all. And I'm just like, but that isn't what I wanted this show to be. Was like to be a little piece of what the New York improv scene feels like. And we don't generally just have people marching up. I'm a shrimp, you know what I mean? I'm a spaceman, you know?
Get on stage.
We have these contained things that we do. So I just felt like if people are just able to call in willy-nilly at any time, then it would just become this like free for all. I have control issues. So I never exercised that option, but someday I will.
I understand.
Yeah.
I used to, when I was in college, I did a radio show, and it was like a political satire show, and I had a character that was like really crazy, and there were a couple times, I think we knew him. I think it was like one of my friend's dads, but he would call in and then like be related to that guy.
Oh, wow.
People would want to add to the chaos.
Right. Of course people will want to. So I'm like, oh, how do I create a way to do that adds to the show as opposed to taking it all? But also, I've never figured out how to use it. But you can call it. But okay, the format of the show is basically I have guests on, and then we talk about whatever it is we want to talk about. Anything that comes up, anything that's interesting, what's going on in your lives, what's going on in the world. I don't know. Whatever comes up that's interesting that we want to talk about. And at any point during the show, any of us can start an improv scene. Maybe based on what we were talking about, maybe not. But at any point, anybody could start an improv scene, and then that scene will go 30 seconds or 3 minutes or however long it goes. And then at any point, any of us can call scene, and then we can go back to talking about whatever it is we want to talk about. And that's the whole show. And then hopefully that happens. We did one already, so 3 more times. Hopefully it happens. We get a scene like 4 times.
Well, I think it happened like 8 or 9 times.
During the show. No. Four is, I think.
No,
is
I got it in my pocket. I'm ready.
Oh
Good.
my God.
Yeah, if we do more, I'm over the moon. I'm all for it. If we do less than 4 scenes, I will be on the L train crying. I will be sad. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole format of the show. Very chill, very relaxed. I don't know why I have this urge in me. You guys know who Byron Allen is?
Oh yeah.
Byron Allen's a black guy. He owns Weather Channel now. He bought Weather Channel, but he is a comedian in the like late 70s and 80s. He was like I think he was the youngest guy ever to do Tonight Show, maybe, or maybe Letterman, something like that.
Wow.
But he did a lot of these, he bought a lot of these late night comedy shows like The Entertainers and just these big panel shows. Comics Unleashed is a very a signature line from Norm Macdonald. It's like Comics Unleashed. I've seen that show. They couldn't be more leashed, you know. He wasn't a fan. And he said, there's another Norm line. He said, Byron Allen, he turns to somebody on the show like, I don't know, like John Lovitz or somebody, and he goes, hey, John, I hear you're getting older. It's like the worst segues ever. But what was it that I was gonna ask? Oh, Joel, you said that you did radio in the past. I'm curious about that. You said you did it in the van and you did it in college.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Well, I still do the podcast, so in a way, I do it, but just in my friend's
Plug
room.
it.
It's just the 2 of us. Debate Me, Coward.
Oh yes, I've seen you post that on your thing. Okay, tell us
I
about
post
that
very
show.
annoying things about it all the time. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, so it started when we were in college. So me and my friend Drew, who has more like political jobs, takes it like very seriously. But it was like a fun thing that we started doing in college. It was called The Great Debate. Yeah. And so we play two characters. I play like a right-wing character. He plays a left-wing character. And then we had two people that had like switched, but they would be like we had a centrist character when we did it.
The X-Wing character?
What?
The X-Wing character?
The X-Wing character.
Is that
I
centrist
didn't get
X-wing?
that. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, because it's
Right,
shaped
in
like
the
an
middle?
X, and so it's like right in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I see. I see.
Beautiful, beautiful.
But it was fun. We learned very late in the game that you could actually probably get high-profile guests if they have a book to promote.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got Jonah Goldberg, this guy on. I don't know if no one probably knows who he is now, but he was like a libertarian writer. He was on the Daily Show the same week that we got him.
Holy moly.
He was promoting a book called Liberal Fascism. And there's a point in his Daily Show interview where he's like talking about how like why can't we just get along and get together and that sort of stuff. And then Jon Stewart just holds up his book, and his book is like a smiley face with a Hitler mustache. And it's like, your book is literally like calling liberals Hitler.
Wow.
You're here to promote this, like, yeah.
Oh, that's very fascinating.
So we had him on, and at the very end, he gave us a dig. He like called in, so he didn't actually see us or wasn't there. But at the very end, he said, "Hey, I think you guys ought to change the name of your show from The Great Debate to just The Debate."
Ooh, burn.
That's a good burn.
Yeah, he was not enjoying it. Yeah.
Are you I am not astute politically.
No, I'm the dumb one.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me and Joel's little buddyship. I'm like Joel keeps me smart and I keep him dumb.
Nice.
That's true.
We're like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. We're also, I don't know if we said this to the audience, but we are an improv team.
Talk
And-
about it. Plug it.
We are called Duh.
Oh.
Yeah.
DUH.
DUH exclamation point.
Nice.
There used to be four of us, but two grew up. One is now has a kid and rollerblades, and the other one is saving trees.
I think
Is that
so.
what I was doing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sounds about
Oh,
right.
you guys started as a foursome and have dwindled down.
Yeah.
That.
We're the only two that didn't get a life.
Yeah. That is a thing I am struggling with. Because there are improvisers that I know who have full families and lives. There are improvisers I know who have raised their families improvising, like their kids improvise and stuff like that. But there is like a thing of like, oh yeah, some people grow up and move away. Some people leave Neverland.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it's sad. I don't know
Okay,
if it's-
you ready, honey? And sip.
Oh,
Honey,
you're still
Zach-
doing that?
Huh?
Bro, I'm a doctor now.
Yeah, I know, but you're still my little boy. Zip. I still think that you got it in you to be a star improviser. You could be TJ or Dave.
Mom, I've moved on.
I know, but it's something that I had that was fun. Like, when I was in my 20s and I didn't want it to go away.
Mom, you're in your 60s now, okay? You didn't get cast.
Not up here. And if here, I could still be on a Herald team.
But you do understand that I went to medical school for years and I didn't make you pay for any of it. And now
I don't think you understand that I took Curtis Quinn for a 201. And that was very difficult.
Zap,
Zip.
zap.
Oh, yeah. I should have said Zop. I'm off my game. I'm so rusty.
Mom.
Zip.
Zap.
Zap.
So I saved a man the other day.
Is it him? Is this your patient here?
And I brought him here to tell you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm the mother, a proud mother, but I would be prouder if he would take an improv class.
This doctor, I went to 7 doctors, including 2 in Panama, because no one knew how to cure my disease. And also there was a very dangerous invasive surgery. I have 6 children.
Oh, do any of them do improv? And I hope long form. I hope they're doing long form.
All of them live in a 2-bedroom house.
Oh my God, that has web series written all over it.
Mom.
I'm gonna no. We could do a nice little YouTube series.
You're not going to be a momager. You're going to be just a mom, okay?
No, I want to be a momager.
You're not going to
I'm
be a
gonna
momager.
I'm here to
And I
present
need a
you a
star.
certificate.
Oh my God, like in Star Wars.
You're just the greatest surgeon in all of the Eastern Seaboard. And
Mom, you hearing this?
the
Yeah.
medical board asked me to present you with the certificate. It's a surprise, but this is for you for saving my life and saving my 6 children. I mean, it's such a serious work that you do and the research that you've done. And my goodness, I mean,
It was my pleasure. This is why I was put on Earth. To help others and save others.
This looks just like the one I got when I passed 401.
Oh my!
When I got into
fucking
advanced,
God.
I got that certificate.
Oh my God!
If you ask them, they'll print it out for you.
No, it's above the dining room table, Mom. All 4 of your levels.
Yeah.
I just
And-
hope that you understand that your son is
He plays with bodies or something.
he's a fine doctor and researcher, and gosh, oh my. 2 weeks ago, I couldn't even use my left arm this way. Now I can use it to gesture at the grandeur and the importance of the research and the results and the findings and the fine hand for surgery. I mean, there's no greater calling.
Mom,
that a
stop
person
running
could
in
have.
front of this man. You're not going to edit him.
He's
having-
done. He's done. He's
Jesus
done. He's
Christ.
done.
That's beautiful. Like
Like an improv stage,
You're
Mom.
not gonna edit him.
I'm gonna say that next time someone talks to him. I'm sorry, sir, but edit.
Could you imagine
Oh man,
having a conversation, start running in a
out.
circle and someone? No, I'm going to talk to someone else in the room. Tag.
Tag him out. Another reason I'm so thankful to have you guys here. I didn't realize, but I should have realized that we are. I guess this is what we were talking about before. But like, what do you have to say about being a lifer? At this point,
Oh, that's
I would
okay, yeah.
consider us probably improv lifers. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'll probably like yoga. Like, I'll probably that's not my idea. That's the idea I heard from the great Kevin Scott of Centralia. He says improv is yoga. You know, it's probably a thing I'll do. I started doing it for my career, for acting, whatever. But it's probably a thing I'll do till I can't.
100%. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it's you know, it's like jazz. You'll play jazz with their dad, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah. You
I mean,
made that
true. No,
comparison
yeah,
outside. Yeah.
I mean, it is to me. It's like you know, it's just throwing paints and against the wall, making some beautiful shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
But as far as being a lifer, I mean, you do it so long that you actually enjoy it. It's like so secular to me. It's like you start. I mean, I guess that's with anything you're passionate about. You start off and then you're like, I love it, and then you're in the middle of it. Where you're like, I'm never gonna be fucking good at it, and then you get to that point where you're like, just giving your pure essence, especially with improv, just giving yourself, and that's when the magic starts happening. I feel like the magic.
True.
Magic.
True.
So yeah, for all those people who left at year 9, you're fucked. You should have stayed 2 more.
Stay 2 more.
You'd have gotten to the sweet spot.
It's such a strange journey, and then it evolves and changes, and you're like, what is it? That's a big place that I am now. I'm like, I really feel I can't get this quote out of my head. I bring it up all the time. There is a quote I think I heard in like 2016 or something where, so I think Bob Odenkirk was on the Improv Nerd podcast, which I think is an infam. Every improviser has heard that Jimmy Carrane complaining about not loving his children or something on the podcast, right? And I like assign that podcast to my students when I teach improv. I make them listen to it, and they come in every week. They're like, "What's wrong with him? He's sick." But Bob Odenkirk was on there once, and Jimmy was like, "Let me read a quote to you, Bob, of something you said." And Bob is like, "Yeah, it's nice. Everybody." This is Jimmy reading this quote of Bob's to Bob. He said, "Yeah, it's nice. Everybody's doing improv and everybody's learning improv, and it's all cool and it's all nice. But like, where's it gonna go? What are you gonna do with this? Where is this going? Like, okay, everybody's learning it. Okay, now what?" And he was like, "Could you react to this, Bob?" And Bob was like, "I know I sound bitter and cynical in that quote, which he probably is, but he's like, yeah, I'm just wondering, like, we're all learning it, but does it go someplace from here? What do we do with that skill set? Are we just all going to continue doing improv shows essentially for each other? Or is it growing? Are we all becoming writers? Is there another form of improv? Like, where does this go? And that, I can't get that out of my head. I
prefer to use my power for scams mainly. I've gotten so good. Yeah, I mean, I've got a job. No, I mean, I've got a job that I'm very unqualified for simply because of charisma. And like, it's a fucking scene. An interview's a fucking scene.
I just want to say something to all the people looking for jobs out there. Scott told me after he got this job that he wasn't sure how to spell Excel. Is it XL or is it EXCL?
It stressed me out because
what job is this?
I do payroll and I'm dick with number. Like I had no horrible with math.
Wow.
Graduated 9th grade math and then no more math. And now I'm paying millions of people in America.
Wow.
Hopefully correctly.
So if they did a technical interview,
Yeah,
and
if they
were
were
like, can you open up Excel?
I would have been like, goodbye. I would have taken my
How
bag.
did you get the job?
Charisma and improv. Yes, and me. Just being the vibe that you want to be around. I mean, but
Take that, Bob.
But I got fucked because the lady my boss has buyer's remorse because she was like, wait a minute, you did a tight 15 and now that we're stuck together for months, she's like, you're not as smart as you pretended to be.
But you have to be pretty smart to get it. You're there.
100%.
You fooled her. Yeah.
Stupidity is a protected class in my world.
Yeah, wow.
Very much.
I think it's beautiful and it's great. I mean, I don't know. I really wish I could know what kind of calamity and hilarity is happening for you at that job. What kind of?
Let me try to think. I mean, well, okay, this is the thing that set me off, and we got kind of heated like a cat fight because she was writing personnel files and personal files, and I kept saying in my Southern way personal files, and she sent me a whole thing like basically a definition of personnel versus personal. And so she came around the corner because we're not in the same room. She's in another office, and she comes. I hope she's not listening. Like, then she comes in, and then I go like Leviosaur, like, and just started screaming that from that Harry Potter movie. No.
Leviosaur.
I was like Leviosaur, like that, and she was like, "What the?" No. But then I think that kind of spooked her, and then we didn't really talk for like 3 days, and then we got over the hump.
So you worked just under one person.
Yes, and only through email, even though we're like, and it's like literally okay. For y'all who can't see, we're in 2 rooms right now. There's a doorway. That's literally the situation. And so instead of coming to show me something, she'll like send me an email. So then I have to like take the email and decipher what the hell's going on. And again, I'm dumb. I save all my energy for my tight 15s at night, not during the day. And this is the first job I've approached it like that. Usually I'm like giving a job shit and I'm like, no, you just pay me. My gig's at night. And so that's been I think that comes with being old as fuck too.
Dear Lawrence, I know that I am in the next room typing this and that you can even hear me breathe. But I just want you to know that I love you. I love you. I love you, Lawrence. Love, Gary. Send.
I'm going to need some help writing this.
What?
I'm going to need your help writing this.
She emailed you again?
Yes, and I don't want to fuck up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Dear Stephanie?
Yeah.
This is Gary. I've gotten your email.
Hold on, I just got an email. Let me check this.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, it's to me, Lawrence. It's from the person in the next room. Wait, what was your email?
Mine's from Gary in the next room.
Oh, mine's to me, Lawrence. Then wait, what? I thought you were writing to Stephanie. I thought yours must have been from Stephanie.
This is getting too convoluted.
Dear Derek, I, Gary, just sent an email to Lawrence as Gary, but it's actually me, Stephanie. I told him that I loved him. I used your identity as a disguise. I hope that you won't be mad at me. And if you are, I just want you to know that I love you. I love you. I love you. Signed, Stephanie, pretending to be Gary.
Hey, on my phone got a letter.
Oh, really?
My phone got a letter.
Is it an email?
I don't know because I forgot my passcode.
All right, let me put it in for you, honey. Hold on. 1111.
Damn, I thought I kept putting in 000.
No, it's ones. The
Ones.
new ones.
Oh.
Ever since you picked one.
Oh.
Is this from our daughter, Stephanie?
Yeah.
What does it say?
I don't know. I never had to learn how to read English. I learned how to read Spanish as a young child.
Let's see. It says, Dear. Wait, what? Dear Stephanie Charles, I really want you. Honey, I don't think this is for us.
This is not for me. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Sue.
Dear Bobby and Sue, I think what you are both doing at the tobacco farm is amazing. You've really turned it around, even though nobody wanted you to, and no one nearby uses tobacco. It's still beautiful what you've done with this farm. You're a cherished part of this community, no matter what anyone, even Lawrence or Gary or me, Stephanie, or me, Stephanie, when I pretend to be Gary, tells you. Don't ever be discouraged and always continue to grow your tobacco and continue to grow as people. And remember, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Oh.
What did you get?
A Yelp review.
What's it say? Is it good or bad?
It's so good about the farm.
Okay.
And it ends with, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Dear Yelp,
I love you.
I have smoked so much tobacco. My esophagus is burning and my brains are buzzing. But my God, the best tobacco is grown on this farm. Please visit this tobacco farm and always get your tobacco from this farm here in the town of Lawrence, Gary, Stephonia.
God damn it, another email. Stop emailing Yelp. That's what the reviews are for.
But baby, we're doing it right. That's what they're saying. I swear using pig tears is making this nicotine the best tasting stuff on the market.
Oh, no, I just hate squeezing the pigs. I hate squeezing it out of them.
I scare them. I don't squeeze them. I scare them and they start crying.
I gotta squeeze it out of them.
You gotta scare them.
No, I don't want them to have any like real trauma.
Baby, you gotta scare them, not squeeze them.
Squeeze them and squeal them.
You could hurt their little legs if you squeeze them. If you scare them, it's just gonna be real quick and over like a Band-Aid.
I'm not touching the legs like a freak. I'm touching them around the gullet.
Dear pigs, this is the last time you fuck with me. Now you see what happens. Now you see you've got a whole town and a whole farm full of people squeezing tears out of your asses because you fucked with me, Stephanie, who sometimes appears as Gary. Don't you ever come onto my property and shit and tear things up because I'm in charge in this town. Fuck you, pigs. By the way, I'm sorry I was angry. I want to end this email by saying I love you. I love you. I love you. And I don't know how you received this email, but I mean it, and it's true. Send.
The subtitle says, "Hey, that more shit paper just came."
What just happened?
The name game.
More shit paper. What's your day job, Joel?
I don't have a day job currently.
Ooh.
I'm looking for a job.
What was the previous one?
The previous one was front end. I was a front end software engineer for a year and a half.
Oh, you have real skills.
Well, yeah. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I'm in a course now to try and like make you better at like the technical skills to get like a high level software engineering job.
So you're back in the UCB pyramid scheme.
Yes, I'm back in the UCB pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
But it's a tough spot to be in because it's like I can kind of like, like they're not really hiring that many people because there was like a bunch of like layoffs and stuff. But it's like hard to pivot out of that. So if I want like a different job that's not software engineering, then I have to go to an intro interview and explain why I'm not applying for that if I just did this for 3 years.
Well, maybe you should just send me to the interview as you.
I guess so.
Use that charisma. Yeah.
Which is why it is insane that Scott got this job by not knowing what Excel is, because in like the software engineering world, that is a thing that like...
Oh, the software engineers would beat me up for not knowing what Excel is?
Well, no, that you would try, and people try that all the time, and because also it's like, you can learn any kind of program. It's more about like the skills, but like they don't want you to openly lie and be like, I use that all of the time, I know what that is, and then they find out you don't.
I've dabbled in it. Hasn't everyone at some point? You open it up, it has little cubes. You can paint in those cubes.
You can paint in those cubes.
Yeah,
yeah, true, I guess.
Like Mario Paint.
But if anyone out there is hiring a front-end engineer.
Or needs someone who knows Excel.
Yeah, or React or JavaScript. Yeah.
That is that a thing I'm hearing about, that Silicon Valley bubble bursting? Did I make that up? I'm making that up.
No, there's a bunch of layoffs and stuff. That I would say that's yeah.
What is that concerning, or is that the thing you're like, oh, that'll shake out and settle at some point, or is that like, ooh, what's happening?
Well, I think the thing is that I kind of like wrote it because I think a lot of people went to boot camps during COVID, and that's what I did. And then I got a job during this period where there were a lot of people like hiring, so I did get like a good, nice, like well-paying job fairly like easily. I mean, like I was on the bottom of the food chain and everything there. And so now I'm in this position where I got laid off and there's like not that bubble. So it's like not super easy. And now it's like, do you have these skills for real? And like they are hard to learn in a short amount of time. And that's what this like course is trying to like help me elevate fast in a short amount of time.
Love it. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. What? Okay, so we talked a little about leaving Neverland before. Do either of you know what we're supposed to be doing with our lives? What are we supposed to, like,
raging?
Nice.
Just go. I mean, like, you only get one. I mean, like, as far as I know, You only get one shot. So just and as the older I get, it's like don't have no fucking regrets.
Mm.
Rage. I mean, be a good fucking person, but you can be rage and be a good fucking person at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it really is about enjoying the time and stuff like that. And yeah. And I like having projects because for me, I like, as I've gotten older, looking back at these things and like, enjoying these projects that like I did. Like, oh, I'm like proud of that and like that I did that and we'll like go back to it. I think that and like hang out with people and enjoying the time. I try to not like shove people off and that sort of thing. Like, no, I got to work and do this. I try to like, I think you have to make that time to like, no, I want to hang out and yeah.
That really speaks to me. What was I going to say? I think I had in my 20s and my early 30s a lot of like, I was investing my time in projects and things that were fun. And in a way, I kind of felt like I shouldn't be having so much fun. I'm an adult. It's not right that I'm just doing indie improv team and going to a show and like, especially at that time, I was like, I would work just enough to stay alive and then spend the rest of the time playing. And I would always feel like, this is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. But now I like teach improv and comedy now. And it's like solely because I spend all that time just fucking around before, like that led to this.
Yeah.
1,000 hours. Yeah.
I think that you're right. I think that, it feels like fucking around, and then at some point it's like not. So I would actually say this, like with switching to software engineering and stuff like that, everyone is so nervous about these interviews, and that's like the whole like name of the game is like how to feel comfortable in the space that no one feels comfortable. And I really think that improv has given me the skills to feel comfortable in that space because it's a lot like an improv show or something where like you just have to be in it. You can prepare all you want, but you just have to be in it. Because like with these interviews, what people are so afraid of is like, oh, what if I get asked to do something I don't know how to do? Then I have to sit there for an hour. And it's like, yeah, you do. And that's going to happen. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. And you're just going to have to do it.
Wow.
Well, I'm so glad you came in for the job today. It's just a little awkward that you did fuck my wife.
Well, I'm sorry, but you are hiring. And so I just,
Well, you're right. So looking at your resume, I see you have...
also, I believe you did say, get a job. You ain't great. And,
get off my yard and get a job. You were fucking my wife on the yard.
Yeah. I got off the yard. I helped. If you remember.
Right, are we going to have this interview?
I
or are
picked
you
her
going
up.
to keep...
We kept screwing standing up, and I played her on the sidewalk. And
Samuel,
then
I think we should hire him because he is cool as a cucumber.
Hey, thank you.
I never seen anything like this.
You mind if I smoke in here?
It's a non-smoking building.
Can't smoke.
Do you mind if I smoke in here?
I mean, Samuel.
It's a vape. Winter fresh.
Fucking go for it. I mean, you've already taken everything else from me.
She never came back.
What was that?
I said she never came back because she kept texting me. I never texted her back.
Bro, no, I live at the Super 8 now by the airport.
So, babe, once I've hit you on a driveway, I'm not calling no more.
I took my feet down off the desk because he put his up. I mean, I don't know what's...
It's the power he has.
It's called chillaxing.
Those fucking words took everything from me.
Your wife did say you never use slang. She's like, what really rides me? He never uses slang.
I'm from Connecticut.
My wife is going to come
Sit down
and visit me for lunch today. Should I be worried?
No. Yes. Don't ever come in.
Because
not around this rapscallion.
I want to hire you.
You going to take her for lunch? You got to take her around the corner. It is a hip pizza place. They put hot honey on the
how
pizza.
it starts with the hot honey.
You go there. You take her there. She's going to love it. Like,
all right.
This place.
I'm not going to have her meet you. I'm not going to have her come in here.
I'm a nice guy. Let me meet her. I'm good with women. Let me meet her.
That's exactly why I won't. I will hire you, though. I think, Samuel, please back me up on this.
Look, I would never touch where I work.
I mean, it's up for your decision. It's your turn to pick the new hire. I'm going to the bathroom. Fuck this shit.
Usually they don't let you sit in on this part of the job. And usually they let you leave before they tell you. But all right.
Facing the corner for the last 15 minutes, Samuel.
Hey, babe, are you ready? You ready for lunch?
Yes, yeah. Babe, could you do me a favor and just wait outside? We're hiring a new.
Hey,
is that a fuck y'all on your shirt?
It is.
I love
Thank
that.
You. I like to keep it.
Please
fun.
don't spin
Fuck
my wife
y'all.
and dip her.
Oh my
I'm just
god,
saying.
those arms!
I didn't even mean to. It just happened.
Why don't you dip me?
I want to dip you all the time, honey.
Dip me
Please
more.
back away from this gentleman.
No, that's a sound of a
He's
man who doesn't like to dip.
What is your name?
What?
What is your name?
J-Man.
J-Man?
That's right.
Ooh,
Honey,
I felt something tingle.
I never saw you had a you have it says J-Man on it.
Yeah.
We got a dip.
See?
Y'all, I will say this. I used to do HR, and I did interview someone one time that I had banged, and it was, I mean, it was an anonymous banging. It was not like we were in a deep relationship. It was just like a one night stand thing. And then I had to be, it felt like a David Mamet play. Because I was like, do I hire them? And if I don't hire them, it was
Were they qualified?
I mean, it was for FAO Schwartz.
Okay.
It was but it was very awkward.
That's crazy.
I have a lot of questions. The first and most important of which being, did you do the piano?
No, they would let you do it your first day, and then they never let you get on it again.
The first day.
No, and like that's part of training. And I used to do the training. You go to take them by, and you go, all right, now's your 10 minutes to get on it, because once you're an official employee, you'll never get on this thing again, even when your family's in town on your day off.
They fire you? Wait, what? On your day off, you should be allowed to?
Well, no, I mean, it was like there was a fucking long ass line for that shit. They didn't want just people,
skipping the line because you worked
and
there.
Then when I first started there, they had union piano dancers who then when Toys R Us bought it over, they fired them, and there was a whole crazy thing where like these 8 union piano dancers were like trying to like throw their money together to get that inflatable rat, and they were like, honey, this hated y'all versus Toys R Us. It's not. So I think they paid them out a nice little severance.
So when did that happen? FOA Schwartz did go out. They were bought out.
FOA,
yeah, I mean, I worked at the old FAO Schwartz.
FAO. LMFAO?
Well, LMFAO.
LMFAO Schwartz?
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked there 3 months as the original thing, and then Toys R Us bought it out. And I remember they had brought us on the main floor, and this dude came out, and it was the cowboy from like Texas who owns Toys R Us. He had his cowboy hat. He goes, I just want to let y'all know things ain't gonna change. Y'all gonna get them good toys now. Y'all gonna get them Nintendos. You're gonna get them Hot Wheels, because before FAO Schwartz was very like, good toys that help you think.
Upscale,
Yes. He goes, we're gonna get y'all some Nintendos. That's what y'all need up here in New York City.
Is this still around? Is FAO Schwartz still around?
It has reopened under a different company in Rockefeller Center now. So it's FAO Schwartz, but it's through like some company, I think in Europe, called Mix 3 or something. Yeah, there's.
So now they gotta get those Rockettes.
I know.
On the piano.
Damn.
Good old FAO.
That's like not even. It's weird how that was still. I remember when I went there around 2009, 2010. I went in there and it was still like, oh, this is the piano thing place. But is that still in the cultural consciousness right now?
No, because you know what? I think so many people have like sampled that piano now. Like I feel like you've seen it in movies. You've seen it like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not exclusively to.
Yeah, actually, you know what I've seen a lot? I think my brother's daughter has this, that has like a toy. I think it's like an affordable toy for kids now, is like
it's like a rollout mat.
Yeah,
we still do.
But I don't think, but those kids don't know like.
They don't know that original.
No, because you can't watch Big anymore. That's what made it famous, that movie Big. Oh, yeah. Look at it, it's about a 13-year-old fucking.
Because Tom Hanks a pedophile?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, the other lady's a pedophile then.
Holy moly, I didn't even thought about that. Damn.
Wait, she really has sex with
he's
Ben Savage? Is that?
No, he's 13 and then he gets the wish and becomes Tom Hanks. And so he's a kid, but he looks like an adult.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that counts. That's like,
It's dicey. It's dicey in these.
We're gonna have to put you on the list. this whole story about a wish and a dream and you've committed the crime, you're gonna do the time. So I'm gonna need all your information.
Tell him you're actually a kid.
I'm a kid. I'll be honest with you.
You have a beard.
I can't go to jail because I'm a kid. I made a wish. You know Zoltar?
Who is that? Is that your drug?
You know Zoltar.
Zoltar. He's in the thing. You put a quarter and you make a wish.
Go to Coney Island. Okay, so we were at Coney Island last night. We were hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
and we were
me and my
crazy.
best friend. This guy is 32 years old.
Yeah,
this is.
I'm not real. I'm 13, but I just look like a 32.
We're both really 13.
Guys, my partner's not here. I can't fuck this one up.
This is lame. Oh, you said a bad word.
Yeah, you said a bad word. Oh my God.
No, that's something that an adult would do to pretend to be a kid. That's an obvious. You said a bad word thing. That's an obvious thing.
Kids don't also think it's a. I mean, I talk like that. You said
kids
a bad word.
giggle.
Yeah.
Kids giggle if you say fuck. My nieces and nephews giggle.
You did it again.
No, you guys are playing me.
Will you buy us a beer?
Look, we don't give a heck what you're gonna.
We both can buy beers.
We don't give a heck. I'm 13. I'm a 13-year-old kid. Look, my baseball cap is on backwards.
I wish I was 13 again. Kids live in this moment.
It's not what it's cracked up to be.
It is what it's
No,
cracked
it's a
up
lot
to
of
be.
homework.
This guy is risk going to jail to make a wish to become 32 years old, but he's my best friend. He's
Yeah.
13.
So I last night we were hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Okay.
And then I told Zoltar, I'm tired of all this kid stuff.
Okay.
I want to be a man. I want to be a big, strong, tough man. And then what do you see before you?
A very old, skinny man with a large
Strong,
beard.
tough man, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I woke up
It
this
worked
morning.
too well. Yeah.
Yeah, my underpants didn't fit.
Well, I've got a lady over here saying you hooked up with her last night. She's confused. We're confused. Are you a kid, a man?
When you were 13
I became a man.
and a 30-ish year old woman says she wants to bang you,
Yeah.
what would you do?
I mean, it happened. It was my home ec teacher.
I'm going to be honest with you. I almost peed inside of her.
You did what?
I almost peed inside of her.
And scene. I'm going to call that one because I don't have a response to that. And that's an edit.
That is,
Talk about peeing.
You're
that
done?
is
Somebody.
beautiful.
I feel like that's legit sexual, sexual education you got. Where are you from?
Ohio?
Yeah.
I mean, I did. Yeah, I thought that as a kid.
I feel like that. No, I feel like
Yeah.
that. I could see a teacher telling you
Telling-
that. That's when you get peed in.
Don't pee inside them.
Don't.
Oh, what
why you gotta
what
wear
part
the
of Ohio
condom.
are you from?
Springfield. It's like between Columbus and Dayton.
Okay. I feel like I know a lot of improvisers from Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
This is a way different part of Ohio.
Yeah, it's almost
South?
the complete opposite. Southeast, yeah.
Southeast.
What's
Yeah.
the best thing about Cleveland?
I actually never went to Cleveland that much. I mostly knew people from around Cleveland. I went to college. I went up to Bowling Green.
Wait, is Cleveland like the city?
Cleveland is a city.
Oh, so
yeah,
it's like-
yeah.
Is it
Okay.
the biggest city?
No, I think Cincinnati is probably the biggest
Okay.
city.
I've never been to Cincinnati. I've been to Cleveland.
I've been to Cincinnati probably the most out of maybe.
Ooh, a
Columbus.
Cincinnati bragger.
Hey,
Sorry.
a braggart.
There's like 3
I've
big
been
cities
4 times.
in Ohio.
Cincinnati, Cleveland, and
Columbus.
Columbus.
Yeah. So one of the reasons that we were such a swing state is we had like 3 big cities and then all this rural area.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is interesting to have. Is that rare to have 3 big cities inside of a state? That's not that big of a state.
Yeah, it's not that big of a state. No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
That's
'cause,
interesting.
like Indiana just has like Indianapolis,
Yes.
and then Illinois just has like Chicago.
oh,
But I don't know if it has like another. I mean,
that is interesting. Yeah, that's true. And all of it, Illinois is pretty big,
yeah,
and it just has Chicago.
I
Where
think-
are you from originally?
someone's
From
probably
Columbus.
yelling.
Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus,
Good old Georgia. It was like 90 miles below Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, not quite Atlanta, but you probably spent a lot of time.
I mean,
there.
like now it's a big city. Now that I've left, that has grown. When I was there, it was like small and very very southern, and now it's like junior Atlanta. I guess is what you would say.
So 90 miles south. So that puts it like about an hour and a half
Mhm.
south.
Yep.
I went to college in Savannah. Do you
Oh,
know
okay,
that?
cool. Yeah, Savannah's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I
Oh,
loved it
Savannah.
there. I loved it there, but I never really traveled anywhere else in Georgia.
hmm
I went to Atlanta a few times, and I got to tell you, I have never liked Atlanta.
Atlanta is crazy.
I don't. The whole place reminds me of Tyler Perry, and I don't. I can't. I feel like all of Atlanta is one big Steve Harvey suit. There's something about it that I can't do. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of pushback on this because some people love Atlanta so much, but I can't. I can't do it. And why do you? Was there anything there for you in Columbus?
No, not
Georgia?
absolutely at all. Like, I mean, I've not gone back now, which is sad. I've not gone back in like 3 years
Hmm,
because you get to a point where it's just like I've lived here longer now.
right.
Yeah, because I left young when I was like, because we came and visited New York, and I was like, oh, that's where I need to be. That's where I can be alive and not get murdered for being a little gay. So I was like,
Yeah.
let me save up my money and get. That's why I dropped out of high school, started saving up money to come up here. So I was-
Holy, wait
yeah.
a minute. Wait, are you true? Because you said something about ninth grade earlier. Did you drop out of high
Oh
school?
yeah, no, and it's a bad story. I took some acid for the first time. Watched that Dawson's Creek episode where it's like
What?
a rip off of the Breakfast
Dawson's
Club,
Creek?
and I was like, no, this can't be the next 4 years. I was like, I can either play this rotation of this Matrix shit and go to school for 4 years, or I was like, I can start working at restaurants and save up my money and get the fuck out of here.
Whoa.
So I was working at Red Lobster, Outback, all the chains.
And
Chain
skipping
queen.
school or while you're in school?
No, I dropped out and just like so I would do like lunch at Red Lobster or dinner at Outback,
Oh wow.
making that double money. So I was like, I've got to go be gay and not get killed.
Wow. That is some
The 80s.
real.
The 80s.
Wow. What's your story getting out of Ohio? Is it like that one?
I don't think I was going to be killed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did you do a paper route or
Something
something?
us cis straight men don't have to worry about.
Yeah. Or did you just go after college? You're like, all right, I'm going to go to New York, I guess.
Well, when I was in college, I interned for a summer in LA and then for a summer in New York.
Okay.
So I knew that I was going to go to one of those places. I was becoming more and more interested in film and stuff. And so I knew that I was going to have to go to one of either LA or New York.
Oh, that's right, because you interned at that Toxic Vinegar place, right?
That was actually
You said that
years
right.
after
Okay.
college.
Okay.
That was, I was trying to do
trauma films?
Trauma. Yeah. In Queens. Yeah.
Oh, that was based here in New York?
Yeah. I mean, it still is. They're
Whoa.
still there as far as I know. Yeah.
Whoa.
So the last time that I was unemployed for a long time, I was trying to do video editing. And so I interned there and at UCB's video department same time and just was editing videos.
But did you get paid from either?
No. Yeah, both was not unpaid.
Wow. I also have done a ton of internships. Yeah. Man, I have
I've never
seven
done an
thoughts
internship.
juggling.
Really?
in my brain.
I've never done it.
But no, I'm same with you. I think I've done 5. I did 3 in college and then those 2 at the same time.
I did
I
at
should go
least
do one.
5. I think you could. I would do one now if I.
Yeah, that's what would I be a good intern at, Joel?
Not Excel.
Oh my god, you son of a- I'm gonna go to the Excel headquarters. I'd like to be an intern because I need to know the process.
I don't know. I think
Right,
it'd be a good
learn a lot.
maitre d'
Oh, and
for
okay,
money.
okay,
I don't know,
talking
it's
about
not
how to be
interview.
like a con artist and shit. I bought a Excel book for dummies, and I just have that on my desk. Never cracked it open, but she's come in and seen that, and she's like, "Oh, he's learning."
He's learning. He's learning.
Wow.
I'm like, "That's a prop.
That is really
It's a prop.
good.
Best $11.99 I've ever spent at Amazon."
Scott, I want to say that I see that you're reading the For Dummies book.
Oh, this over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, it just makes me so proud. If I feel like if I saw like a regular Excel book,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, this dummy is never going to learn anything.
Well,
about
I mean,
this,
that's you called me a dummy, and so I was like, when I was at the bookstore, I was like, well, that's what she calls me, so I might as well get that one.
Yeah, and you'd make it's a good choice. That's a smart choice.
Scott, it's me, Excel.
Oh no,
You're killing me.
oh no, wait, no, don't be quiet. She's in here. She's
So what's
in
your
here.
favorite part? Like, what do you have you gotten to VLOOKUPs?
Very much so, and I love looking up the V's. I think it's great. I think,
But there are no H lookup. I mean, VLOOKUP is, I think you use it more, but H lookup can be more fun.
no, Excel, don't bleed out. Don't bleed out, Excel.
My
It's bleeding out.
ribs. My ribs.
But you know what? What I like to do is formatting charts.
Oh my God! Oh, you are after my own heart.
Yeah.
Can I show you?
What button are you hitting? I have a
Control.
migraine.
What's happening?
I'm controlling the situation with control.
No, but your Clippy seems to be twisting. He seems to be tortured in some sort of way.
Let me just look up in here. Here, turn around, please.
What is happening to your Clippy? What is happening to your Clippy?
It's shrinking. It's getting bigger. It's shrinking. It's getting bigger.
It's fine.
Just ask it. You need to just ask it a question. Pivot table.
Pivot.
And now he should show you how to do a pivot table.
Pivot table, of course. Pivot table. I always get those confused.
Tell my children. Tell them I love them.
No.
Tell them I love them.
I don't want the blood on my hands.
What's it say? It says he's writing a farewell note.
You have
You're
to save
killing-
him. It's Excel. He's dying. I'm killing him. You have to save
Nope,
him.
this is you. You're reading the book. You have to do it. This is on you. Save him.
What page? It's on
I'm in the
page.
index. I'm in the index.
Oh, the index. Oh my God.
Oh my
Give me
God.
this.
I'm
It's like
having a heart
chapter
attack.
10.
Check
You're-
the H's.
You're gonna have to do an H lookup resuscitation.
I'm gonna be a
Okay.
spreadsheet on a gurney.
You can't do that. What are you doing?
My mouse won't
Get out of
work.
that. You're in the file. You have to go over to tools. Go down to tools. You see that?
I'm peeing everywhere.
This is the scalpel.
I'm peeing
Scalpel?
everywhere.
Okay.
We're opening up his appendix.
Please hurry.
You got him. Don't
Okay.
worry. Okay, and now you just need to make this into a pie chart. Can you do that? A pie chart.
Okay, pie. What flavor?
There is no flavor, you dummy.
I'm sorry. I got
Oh,
blacking out.
God.
I'm blacking
We're
out.
losing him.
Give them some apple pie.
Your computer got a blue screen of death.
Oh no.
You're fired.
Are you sure?
Excel positive.
See,
Oh my god.
Is that a real term, Excel positive?
I'm Excel
I don't
positive.
know.
I'm Excel positive.
I can't date you. I'm Excel positive.
What a well, so wait. So I want to. Did you ever do GED? Did you ever get a
I actually
GED?
didn't know. I got my GED and I got it relatively fast. I got it in like a week.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I mean, now again,
That's
the
no
80s.
dummy.
Well, I mean, it was literally like,
GD
when I
for
remember it
dummies?
was like, what does it have in its pouch? It was the answer like a kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? It was not like,
Wow.
we're just basically being like, it was like a driving test. I mean, I don't have a license, though. I guess I did better. Well,
So did you ever take a driving test?
no, because I have 3 hit and runs before I got my license. And so they said, you can't have a license till you're 25. And by the time I was 25, I was up here where you don't need a car.
Oh, wow.
So thank you, Judge Washington.
Wow. Man,
They were not people. They were like, it was like a fire hydrant, a mailbox.
They were
and
not
another-
people.
Well, when you say hit and run, you have to be very specific.
They were. They're corpses now.
I don't want any letters. Don't tweet me.
oh
Yeah.
man, what a beautiful. I feel like I want to name this episode just 3 rascals.
Yeah. I like that.
I feel like we're just 3
It's
rascals.
canon.
I really, it's so funny to have this conversation now because I'm in a moment. It's odd that you were just talking about like, oh, I was like, I took acid and I watched Dawson's Creek and I made my life change. Or you're like, in the pandemic, I made this big change and then this other big change happened. So now I'm like, it is odd how you can stay on a path, like be a lifer, but still your life can have
True.
rapid, a very large, grand flips and flops and changes. But then at the same time, your life is always the same, or I don't know how to.
I think
put
those
it.
jolts help. I mean, and getting to the point of being talking about being like a lifer and shit is your shit gets so much more better when you live. Because I look at the shit I was doing 3 years in, and like just being a younger person, not having all those life experiences. Like I do a scene about a divorcee, which you can do, but then when you've actually been divorced, that scene is much more fucking different and much more meatier, and you're bringing different levels and layers. And so I think just in my younger career, and definitely in Joel's, what I witnessed, I'm just kidding, was that you'd be telegraphing instead of living in the moment, if that makes sense, which is very hard. I mean, that's hard to do to someone to explain that shit too. Like you haven't had enough life experience to like bring that riches. Sure, you're doing great shit, but it's like, I mean, we all know the more you get the shit kicked out of you, that's the more you add to your arsenal.
That's really. I read this somewhere, or I saw this somewhere today too. I think it was today, where somebody was like, you think about all the artists who are like big and blow up and world artists and comedians and musicians and blah, blah. But they were like, the artists were just in the place that they live, making their art year after year for their life. And sometimes they might have a success or not. Or though the person said their contention is those people are the people who are really doing the artwork in the world. Who are really doing the art that's moving the world. And that the bigger people are sort of just like emblems or satellites or something. But the actual mulch being turned in the earth is by just the artists who are just like, could be in New York, could be in Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Georgia, or wherever you are, just like, or LA or whatever. But like, those are the people who are really moving the earth around.
Reminds me of just a different lens, but the same exact thing. I was reading a history book or a book. It's about the Haitian Revolution. And
I'm
it's like,
Haitian.
Are you?
Yeah.
You ever read The Black Jacobins?
I don't know anything about it, and I feel bad.
It's an amazing book.
What's the book? Name of the book?
The Black Jacobins.
Black Jacobins. Okay.
Jacobins.
Jacobins. The
Yeah.
Black Jacobins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the writer of it, I'm gonna not remember his name, so I don't want to say it because it's a very famous book. But in it, there's a part where he writes at the end of like, because he wrote it in the 1930s. It's like a shit ton of work to write any sort of history, especially from something that happened in like the 1790s, to piece together all these documents and all that kind of stuff. And he said a thing where he's like, history is remembered by like these leaders, like the generals and that sort of stuff. Or, I mean, especially this, like with like a revolution starts with like, people on the ground and that sort of stuff. And he's basically saying that like, we will never know the real people that like were starting this movement and that sort of stuff. And the super active people, because they are not big leaders, they're not doing it. They're the people that are having these conversations and talking about these things with each other and that sort of stuff. And those are the people that are like really causing this revolution to happen. And we, there's no record of that and that sort of stuff. And that's just sort of how life goes. And that's real history, and you can't really know it.
Damn. Yeah. Wow.
That's
that
kind of what
just
you're saying.
blew my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like thinking about like, this is a weird analogy, but like a huge hurricane that like hits Florida or hits Cuba or something. It's like, well, that's made of probably billions of small drops of water. Those are the things that make up this hurricane.
Yeah.
That's what makes it. Holy moly.
Yeah, it's all these pieces that, yeah.
Damn. Okay. I'm going to read this read because I was supposed to do it before. Hey, you're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener-supported radio. Thanks for listening to Radio Free Brooklyn. Your support keeps us going. Radio Free Brooklyn's mission is to provide free and open platform to our community to promote media literacy, education, free expression, and public art. We rely primarily on donations from listeners like you. Every dollar helps us stay on the air and allows us to continue our work in the community. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so all contributions are tax deductible. To support, pledge monthly or a one-time donation at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. And if you'd like to listen to Radio Free Brooklyn when you're not in front of your computer, please download our free mobile app for iPhone and Android, available in the App Store for iPhone or the Google Play Store for Android. I did it. I got one reading.
Yeah. Woo!
Let's real quickly, I want you guys to plug all the stuff you got going on.
Well, we got a DA show on July 8th. Is that the Sunday?
Yes, Sunday at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective's Fun and Dumb
Festival.
Fun and Dumb Festival.
Okay, so Doug's going to be at the Fun
there.
Dumb Festival at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective July 8th.
That's our next
What
gig.
time?
2:45 p.m.
Oh, it's in the middle of the day.
It's right in the middle of the day.
Big
Come out
festival.
for brunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a Sunday brunch, then come see improv.
That's your
It up.
two-prov group with Joel and Scott. Okay, what else we got?
And I do the barracks at the Armory and then their Friday nights.
The Armory is a very
Armory.
cool, independent
I
improv
love the Armory.
syndicate. It's a whole network and system of teams. The Armory and the barracks are shows that happen out in Queens.
And, at Chalehi Tavern in Astoria. And then we have our Friday night at the Tank in Manhattan.
And I can attest that they are great.
Oh,
Friday at
I can
8,
attest
every
you're
Friday.
great.
Yeah. So they do improv. So check out the Armory. They do shows at the barracks in Queens and at the Tank in Manhattan. And then, do you want to tell us about your podcast?
Yep. Debate Me, Coward. We are on Spotify and iTunes. Debate Me, Coward
It's
podcast.
super good.
What's it about? Give people a quick.
It's a political satire, and so it is a right wing and a left wing guy debating the news. It's sort of, they don't really have this anymore, but it's like Handy and Combs. If you remember that, Fox News used to have a show. And
Did you
Crossfire,
say Handy or Hannity?
Hannity.
He said Handy.
I thought you said Handy,
He
and
said
I was like, oh, this sounds like a cartoon.
Handy and Combs. But I don't know. But in the early 2000s, they used to be on 24-hour news network would have a show that was a liberal and a conservative going through the news. It doesn't exist anymore, but that's what we're making fun of.
This is the last thing I want to talk about because you were talking about the early two. You were talking about Daily Show, and what effect do you think that era has had on our political discourse now? Keep in mind, you're talking to somebody who's very dumb and uneducated about politics, but I do often feel like I can see the ghost of Jon Stewart and that whole era in the way we talk politics now. What do you think about that?
I think that's right. Yeah, no, I think a lot of progressive politics is owned to Jon Stewart. I think making people think more critically and that sort of stuff. He was pretty important to. I mean, I was in college, so I was right at that audience when he was doing that.
Are there, for you, just pros? Or are there pros and cons to that? Could be just pros.
No, I think there are cons.
Oh, okay.
I think there are major cons. I think I think the biggest con is that he made it feel, and I think it did work for a little bit, that if you call someone out on their hypocrisy, that then there's some sort of shame and you got him, and then they'll walk away and that sort of thing. And I think the age
no one's shameful anymore. That ain't gonna work.
That's true. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's shameful.
In the shame, in the era of politics now, you can be a complete hypocrite and it really doesn't matter. I mean, George Santos is really pushing the limits.
Yeah.
What can you do and not, have any consequences.
Yeah, I guess that was when Jon Stewart was doing that. It was kind of new. That didn't really exist, where it was the direct confrontation that would happen on TV with somebody who was very witty and sharp and astute.
And to have those long conversations. And I do think that is a big thing that probably should come back, is the more you can get people. I mean, this is also people that are doing this know the game, and so they won't be in a real debate.
You got 5 seconds. Say something profound.
1,